Welcome to another edition of the Goal Post. I'm your host, Oluwamayowa. I'm your go-to guy for anything football, in-depth analysis, and exciting match review. I'm not alone. I have the usual suspect joining me. Timmy, good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm fine, I'm good, as you can see. Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, Lagos. Very, very amazing yesterday. Again, Pep Guardiola seems not to know what is happening. It's bigger than Rodri. I said it, I've said it, and I'm still going to continue saying it. It's bigger, bigger, bigger than Rodri. Well, it's an amazing morning. Um, Champions League football again today. We are ready to dive into it.
Apart from Champions League football, Liverpool gets to play their friendly
Yes.
match against Everton, which will probably give an indication where the EPL will go this season. But in any case, the Champions League yesterday, uh, there were a whole lot of goals being scored. None of the goals ended with less than three. I mean, every team, they were free scoring and the rest of that. A Man City side, would have probably taken that particular game and they decided to mess it up by allowing mistakes that should not have happened. I mean, I watched that particular game and I was so disgusted with what I saw in terms of the display, especially for the likes of Ederson. But in any case, let's get into it. And you are the analyst here. You probably, you know, tell me your own opinion about that particular game because I know you would have taken some notes while that game was going on. Let's start with the Real Madrid game. A whole lot of what to talk about. Um, Eddie Haaland scored twice for Manchester City, including a penalty showcasing his clinical finishing. Real Madrid displayed resilience with Kylian Mbappe equalizing and late goals from Brahim Diaz and Jude Bellingham securing the comeback victory. Jude Bellingham's decisive goal in stoppage time highlighted Real Madrid's persistent attacking threat. The match was a thrilling encounter, setting the stage for an intense second leg. And what do you make of this particular game? I mean, at the start of the game, we saw a banner mocking Vinicius Junior, Vinicius Junior because he didn't win the BallonD'or.
First, I'm going to say Madrid, 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 a la Madrid, y la más, la más, a la Madrid, hala Madrid. We all know it's going to come down to this. We know Pep is not going to just back down. Um, Pep is going to give a fight, and that was what he did yesterday. It was an amazing, thrilling match. Uh, right now, you have to point fingers at Pep. Uh, I've said it countless times. How can a Real Madrid without Rudiger, without Militao, without Alaba, without Cavanja, now they are now playing Lucas Vazquez as right back without Lucas Vazquez, although that one is like a blessing in disguise because if Lucas Vazquez has played yesterday, disaster would have happened. But without Lucas Vazquez, five defenders they could have used because of course Vazquez is not a defender, but at least they are deploying him there because of Cabaja's injury. But five guys now playing Mendy. It's so funny. Frank Garcia is the best defender he has right now. But Ancelotti decided to play Mendy, the genius of this man. Plays Mendy, plays like Asensio, the young boy from the academy, plays Tchouameni. Tchouameni is not a defender, he's a DM. And plays Valverde at right back. Playing Valverde at right back makes them not complete in the midfield because originally Valverde will play at the midfield. Now Valverde is playing at right back. That means a Camavinga, Ceballos, and double pivot has to play. And again, if City could not win against this defense, see play Man City team yesterday, all of them were there except Rodri. Rodri is the only player missing. Rodri is the only guy missing. All these guys were there, and they couldn't get the job done. The fans putting banners and telling Vinny you can cry your hearts out, and Rodri yeah taking pictures of the banner. It's so shameful. They could have easily wrapped the Ballon d'Or in a cloth, go to the back, and just give the Ballon d'Or to the rightful owner so that they can start winning again. Because right now it's now like spiritual forces because they can't seem to keep the lead against Feyenoord. We saw them against Brentford, we saw them against multiple teams this season, against Arsenal, we saw them against teams this season where they are leading, and at the end of the day, um they couldn't hold their lead, and they went out. How can you score your second goal, and as at 85th minute you were leading 3-1, and at the end of the game you ended up losing? Again, Ederson has been bad. Ederson, what does he know how to do? What is the primary job of a goalkeeper? The primary job of a goalkeeper is to save the ball with his hands. Fine, I know everybody wants to play out from the back and all these things. It can be taught. The basic work of a goalkeeper is to keep the ball out of the net with your hands. And again, Ederson have caused them. Ederson caused them the other time when they came back against City. The other the very first Champions League encounter, the one Benzema was that famous one. When they came back, Ederson caused them also. The goal Rodrigo scored in front of him, the girl would have claimed that ball easily. And Alisson would have claimed the ball easily. But I don't know what he was doing. It cost them. And again, I think yesterday he has cost them the victory.
But in any case, if you look at that particular game, I mean, yes, you mentioned, I mean, you were still insisting that it's because of the Ballon d'Or that was taken away from us. But in any case, I don't agree with you on that. We've had the conversation about it, about this, behind the scenes. And I believe, a Rodri deserves that Ballon d'Or. However, I mean, Vini Jr. was mocked in that particular game, and he gave, an outstanding performance, even winning the man of the match game. Now let's come to to the frailties of Man City. I mean, Akonji was very instrumental in the first half. Yes, Real Madrid had their chances. They didn't take it before Haaland scored that particular goal. Akonji came out and Guardiola had to make some changes. You saw a John Stones move from the midfield back to the defense, and that was where hell broke loose. That's about number two. Um, a whole lot of these defenders, a whole lot of the players from Man City, it seems they don't have the leg to finish off games. This will be the 10th time this season that Man City is losing a game from a winning position.
The coach to take the blame also. You can't blame the players every day. They don't have legs. What about the coach? Are you making the right substitution? When Akonji got injured, what are the reasons why you bought Kusanov? Kusanov was brought in to defend. You have him on the bench. Fine. The first game he played against Chelsea, his confidence was low, but that's the first game. He has played like 2 3 games since then, and I feel he should have brought him in yesterday when Akonji got injured. But again, Pep being Pep, extremely stubborn, gets Stones to come back and brought in Rico Lewis and to the midfield. And at the end of the day, he now wants to finish the game off and bringing in Gundogan. Gundogan doesn't have the legs anymore. We all know that. We all know that the only midfielder in that Man City team that have the legs is Kovacic. Uh, Kevin De Bruyne is now a shadow of himself. You see, people don't realize something. People don't know that Kevin De Bruyne's deal, his contract ends this summer, and Man City is not offering him any more contracts. Man City are not stupid. They know what they're doing. They know that this guy is finished already. They are not offering him any contracts. They are not offering him anything. They know that he's done already. Why would they offer him another contract when he's done?
So
His contract,
yeah,
his contract says this summer,
yeah,
so they're not going to offer him anyone.
but the question is this: do you think, because I watched that particular game, Ederson continues to make rookie mistakes? Um, I mean, do you think it's time to move Ederson on? And do you think it's time for Guardiola to look for another goalkeeper? Yes, he likes his goalkeeper, playing football. Do you think it's time he moves
Um, of course, beginning of the season, I think Al Nassr or something, a Saudi league club wanted to buy Ederson for I think 30 million. But the deal didn't go through at the end of the day. One thing I like about Pep is he has never kept a player that wants to go. If you want to go, you can go. I'll get another one. Is to see easily Kyle Walker wants to go at the middle of the season, he let him go. He's not holding on to you. I think if Ederson wants to go, he's going to Pep is going to allow him go. But at this point, Man City needs a goalkeeper. They need to get a proper goalkeeper. I know they will be starting for it already. They need to get a proper goalkeeper because the first choice is making mistakes. The second choice doesn't have the ability to have a proper game management because there are sometimes where I think it was against Brentford, they were down 2-1. You don't need to kick the ball long, waste the time really to try to delay the play. But he was in a hurry to get the match going. I don't know what he was thinking. Was he thinking Master are going to score one more goal? Brentford ended up scoring another one to make the match 2-2, I think. So those are the things. And then at the end of the game, you could see Pep shouting at Ortega. And the next game, obviously, Ortega was on the bench and Ederson was playing. I think the whole Man City team, the whole structure, is down everything is down. They are low on confidence. They don't have the legs. They are scared. When you press them, they are even scared. That's the problem. If Madrid have come out to press them yesterday, we'll be looking nothing like 5 minutes. But Madrid respected them. I feel Madrid themselves they were concerned about their defense, how their defense was. So they couldn't really press the way they should. So they sat back trying to hit Madrid on the counter, and they played amazingly well. Ancelotti once again, amazing coach. And it's obvious Ancelotti is way ahead of Pep Guardiola.
Well, I know you've echoed that sentiment that Guardiola, Ancelotti is more of a legend than Pep Guardiola. Um, the second leg, uh, do you think Man City has got what it takes to be able to turn things around, owing to the fact that
Mhm.
the first leg did not go how they wanted it to go, and the second leg comes up in the next 8 days. That's next week.
This is the first time, the very first time, um, Man City and Real Madrid are playing, and Man City and Real Madrid are the better team. The previous games, Man City will have loads of chances, and Real Madrid will just nick it. And Real Madrid will nick it. But this one, you could see that Madrid is the better side. It was all obvious. Um, I don't know what Pep was thinking January, spending almost 200 million to fix the team, and they still look like that.
So,
They still practically look like that.
are you
Second
writing them?
leg,
I writing them up for the second leg. I writing them up for the second leg.
this is the leg they would have won. They would have won the leg in England and then go to Spain to try and draw or try and do something, try to pack the bus. But now they will be coming out. There's no how Madrid will not score. There is no how Madrid will not score in Spain. That's the problem. With this firepower they have, Rudiger will be back, I think.
Interesting. Yeah. Let's move on to the Borussia Dortmund game. I mean, Niko Kovac, his team was very fantastic. Niko Kovac is the new coach of Borussia Dortmund, and his team did a fantastic job yesterday, dispatching Sporting CP. It seems since Ruben Amorim left, Sporting has not been, um, they've been a shadow of themselves. The coach that replaced Ruben Amorim was fired, a new coach was brought in, but it seems the result, it's not getting better. Borussia Dortmund secured a comfortable 3-0 win against Sporting CP. The German side solid performance provided them with a significant advantage going into the return fixture. What do you make of this particular game?
Of course. Going to the game, I know it was not going to be it was going to be one-sided. Dortmund was going to take the day. Because a Sporting Lisbon since Ruben Amorim left, they've been they've been struggling really hard. Um, Even in the league, they've been benching Victor Gyökeres sometimes. This is their like if not their best player, should be their best player, but they are putting him on bench. That is to show how unbalanced the team is. And again, yesterday it was all obvious. Um, Niko Kovac, amazing performance from Borussia Dortmund. This is one thing about Borussia Dortmund. They came out blazing when you didn't really expect them. Although me, I know it was going to end like this, but when you don't really expect them to put up this kind of performance, and when they get to the league where they are supposed to beat a Eddingham, a small team, and they will end up drawing to two or doing something crazy. Again, one-sided performance was an amazing performance, and then next leg they'll finish the job in Germany.
But the thing is, that there's a particular Sekou Guirassy. He has been in fantastic form. He did this magic again yesterday, opening the scoring. I mean, if you watch that particular goal, the cross from outside and the way he was able to control the header from that particular height
That's
showed the
huge.
kind of class he has. Do you think the new coach for Sporting will be able to turn things around for them, owing to the fact that since Amorim left, it has been one disaster to another. They've lost a couple of games and you are not so sure. I mean, from coming from a team that you know week in, week out they will win to a team that they have become a shadow of themselves. You are not even sure if they'll probably even get a draw when they are playing.
You can't turn it around. I think the shoes are too big for him to fill. What Ruben Amorim has done in Sporting has been amazing. I think the his style of play suits the player so much, the team so much, and this the new manager changing it, trying to put his own philosophy in. It's not. It has not been really been working. At least it's working more than the previous one because the previous one was losing in Champions League and the league. But this one now is just losing in the Champions League. At least the league. They are back on track. They are trying to win games. They are still top of the table. I think gapping Benfica with maybe 4 points. I think. Um, Again, the firepower of Dortmund will be too much for them to overcome. Jurasi, amazing talent. Dortmund, one of the best thing they did in the summer was getting Jurasi from Stuttgart, and it has been amazing for them.
I mean, well, a whole lot of people would have felt Grassy would have probably come to GPL. Stuttgart has a knack of developing strikers and selling them. A whole lot of strikers that are doing well right now. Some of them pass through, Stuttgart, Mamouche for Man City. Seko Gurasi was on fire for Stuttgart. He was with them in the Champions League last season. He did
Yes.
amazing before he was sold to Borussia Dortmund, and he has not stopped, in that same line, to continue to score. I'm proud of him. I mean, a whole lot of Africans don't have joy in the Champions League. How many Africans are left playing the Champions League at the moment? However, Seko Gurasi, is flying the African flag. But let's move to another interesting game. Thiago Motta's Juventus. You don't know what you get with them. On some days, they they give you they give you the Juventus you would expect. On some days, you'll be scratching your head and be wondering where did where did Juventus go? You understand? Because of the kind of performance they've been putting in. PSV on their in their own, they were very they were very tactical in that particular game. They equalized, they had a couple of chances until Juventus left the field. Juventus clinched a 2-1 victory over PSG with a decisive late goal. The closely contested match left the tie finally balanced ahead of the second leg. The thing is, there's a Weston McKennie who has been in fantastic form. He has been doing so well for the Juventus team. He's even the captain, and a lot of people might call him Captain Fantastic.
And this is the same Western McKennie that was, I think, was loaned out at some point. Uh, Came back. They wanted to sell him, looking for clubs for him. I was watching the match yesterday. I was just smiling, saying, "Wow, this guy. What? I think he's the only guy remaining from the Ronaldo era. Uh, in Juventus, amazing talent. amazing player. I think the addition of Kolomwani has really boosted Juve attack. You could see the way they are linking up. Kolomwani almost scoring yesterday. You could see the way they were linking up and the way they were playing. Of course, I know they were going to um get the win yesterday before the match. Before the match even started, I know I was telling someone that Juve will win. Don't worry, just take your money on Juve. Juve will win. I was telling someone, and of course, Juve won. Um, Amazing performance by them. Amazing performance by them. There's one thing I like about Juve is their defensive abilities. They don't get to score much goals, but they don't get to concede more goals too. They've only lost one match in the Serie A this season, which is Napoli, which they were even leading at first before they conceded the two goals. Uh, Again, amazing performance by them. I think the team that will beat Juve this season in the Champions League will really, really, really have to be extremely disciplined in the attack. I think the only team that can easily put them off will be Liverpool. If they meet a Barcelona, they will beat the Barcelona because they are the master impact in the box, and Barcelona cannot unlock teams that pass the box. They've already beaten Man City this season. They meet a Man City again, they will beat a Man City. So Juventus this season, people are not really looking at them. People are not really paying attention to them, but they might be the dark horse among the big team.
But the question is this, you talked about their form in they don't get to lose many matches, but the problem has always been, finishing up games. They have a whole lot of draws, and the Champions League is not a place where you settle for draws. One of the reasons why they are where they are in the Champions League was because they didn't really do well. That's why they didn't finish in the top eight, and they drew some games that they were not supposed to draw before they started,
Not,
before
not
they
even
started
draw.
winning.
They lost some. They lost some. They were not
Yeah,
supposed to lose.
lost some games rather. Lost some games they're not supposed to lose, and that's the reason why they found themselves, in the playoff. However, coming to the PSV side, PSV side is an attacking-minded team. In that particular game, apart from the late goal that separates the two teams, going to Eindhoven to play PSV, don't you think it would be a tall order for a Thiago Motta's team, that has struggled in this season's Champions League?
No, Juventus will qualify. All I know is they won't lose. They won't lose in Holland, and once you don't lose, you will qualify. At the end of the day, they will just draw the match. That's what will happen. The match is going to end in a draw.
So for you, Madrid is making it to the next stage.
That's the shortest now.
Dortmund is making it to this next stage, and also
Yes,
Juventus is making it to the next stage, right?
to the
Um,
next stage. Yes.
let's go to the battle of the French. The two French sides. Uh, a whole lot of people have even found out that a whole lot of people, because of how corny Brest's name is, they've started finding another creative way to pronounce the name so it doesn't sound too vulgar. Um, PSG showcased their attacking prowess, securing a 3-0 win over Brest. The victory strengthened PSG's position as they advanced in the competition. The bottom line is this, Ousmane Dembele, I was really happy for him yesterday. He has gone through a whole lot, but his performance yesterday was very fantastic. Scoring a brace, apart from the penalty from Vitinha, he should have scored an hat-trick in that particular game. Obviously, VAR ruled out one of the goals. What do you make of the performance of PSG, and especially Ousmane Dembele, only coming from the fact that he has struggled a whole lot with injuries. He's just trying to get his form back.
That is what happens when you get a proper coach. Luis Enrique has unlocked something we've not seen in Usman Dembele since the time at Dortmund. He has unlocked that Dembele that is one of the best players in the world. I think if you are picking the best top 10 players in the world right now, Usman Dembele have to be there. Usman Dembele, the Ballon d'Or. That's why I said the Ballon d'Or season this season can swing to any position, anywhere, anywhere. The PSG win the Champions League, Usman Dembele is getting the Ballon d'Or.
But do you think PSG has the quality to win at the end? Yes,
Yes,
you
they
know,
have the qualities now. If they
I,
they have the qualities, look at how they were playing. They put out a Man City team. Fine, a Man City team is useless. Um,
I will not call them useless. Useless is
no,
a
they are. This season they are useless.
wow.
But
That's a
you know
very
one funny
strong
thing.
word.
One funny thing is a Chelsea team is more useless
That's a very strong word to
because
use. Useless.
Yes, because
Are you
Chelsea,
serious?
Chelsea, Chelsea is the only big team that I know that allowed Man City to actually beat them in this their crisis, this their problem, this their problem period. Check now, there is no big team. Check the list. No big team. Even Tottenham beat Man City.
That's true.
Check.
Tottenham that is top.
So it's
Tottenham,
only
Tottenham
Chelsea
big.
that allowed.
That's true.
Yes, it's only Chelsea. I don't know what Enzo Maresca was thinking. He was too scared in that match, and he ended up losing. So not to deviate from the whole issue. Dembele, amazing talent. I'm so happy for him. I'm so happy for the way they are playing. They are wicked. PSG is actually wicked. You are beating them 3-0 in their backyard. If they don't come to your house, what will you give them? And this is like the third time they are beating Brest this season.
Well, the last time they
They have
played,
beat them twice in the league.
yes,
They beat them twice in the league. Now they've beaten them, and they met I think last week,
no, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, and
Yeah,
they beat them,
it
and they
ended.
are beating them again, and
It
they will
ended.
beat them again next week.
Yeah, it ended 5-2. Oh, so you think? Do you think PSG takes the Champions League this season? A lot of people are not talking about PSG. A lot of people are focused on a Salah, a Liverpool Salah, and the rest of that. But there is a PSG that is, yes, they didn't do well in the first earlier stages of the game, competition, they struggled, and the rest of that. Do you think they are coming to the form of their own, at the later stage of this Champions League, Champions League stage? And do you think if this form continues, do you think they have a shot at taking it with what I'm seeing Dembele and the rest of them do?
Yes, they have a shot at winning. Dembele has been amazing. Another player that has been so fantastic. He's so amazing. I always have goosebumps when I'm watching this guy. Is Vitinha. Vitinha is a complete midfielder. He's an amazing player. Never gets the foot wrong. Wins the ball comfortably, pass the ball comfortably, runs the show, runs the game. He's a very very good technical player. He's an amazing player. And another guy is Bakula.
Yeah, Bakola, definitely.
Um,
He was fantastic yesterday. He
Enrique,
was very smooth and accurate.
Enrique is an amazing coach. When he was mentioning Dembele when he was mentioning Mbappe last season, people were thinking is has this guy gone nuts? He knows what he was doing. He was praying for life. He was praying for life after Mbappe, benching Mbappe in some matches, 2 matches, bringing him in. He was praying for this period, and it's working. That's why it's good to get a coach and not a I don't know how to call it, because sometimes those are what teams get. They don't really get a proper coach. They just get maybe a football director.
Okay, so for you right now, Madrid goes through,
Yeah,
Borussia Dortmund goes through. I mean, the 3-0 might be too much
all the
for
teams that win yesterday are going through.
okay, all of them are going through. So probably if any book is listening to you, they will probably should probably be booking their bets for because of
Exactly.
what you say. But in any case, let's move on. There are a whole lot of games today. There are other 4 games that we play today. Ademola Lookman has been out injured. However, there's a particular Matthew Ruchegi that is, very, very important for Atlanta. Over the weekend, he scored 4 amazing goals out of the 5 goals that Atlanta. Club Brugge, you know, they also they also a very formidable team in the Champions League. Yes, the last game they lost to a Man City side and they qualified by the skin of their teeth. However, they've been able to punch above their weight this season. Um, you know, Club Brugge aims to capitalize on home advantage in this crucial first leg encounter. Atlanta looks to secure a favorable result away from home to ease the pressure for the returning leg. Both teams are known for their attacking style. These are these are this should be an entertaining match. What do you make of this particular game? Owing to the fact that Ademola Lookman, is out at the moment, but there is a Mateo who is doing a fantastic job scoring goals with reckless abandon, for an Atlanta team.
Atlanta win. That's just it. They are going to win. The firepower at Atlanta will be too much for Club Brugge to take. Club Brugge, as a side, they are not a disciplined side. Um, if you watch them against Man City, they had all the chances to put out this funny Man City team. I think their quality is not that enough. So Atlanta will bounce on them. It's going to be goals, obviously, goals, obviously, and it's going to be an amazing match. Atlanta will beat them.
So, I mean, you are giving to us. Are you writing off a club root side? I mean, this is the Champions League, and we
Of
all
course.
know that surprises, happen in Champions League. We've seen team go down 4-0 and they go back to second leg and take out the victory. A whole lot of people feel, Atlanta has a whole lot of quality than the club, but for heaven's sake, they are both, vying for a place via the playoff. Don't you think, this gives club some credibility in terms of them holding their own against an Atlanta side?
Of course, both of them are competing for the same spot. Uh, Club Brugge, it's a Champions League game. Sometimes you can't really predict. You can only predict what you see on paper, what you see the teams they have been doing. But again, match day can come and different things will happen. I remember a particular season, 2004, I think, a particular Deportivo lost to AC Milan, 4-1, and the next leg they won 4-0. It was an amazing match. Diego Chistan scoring for Deportivo La Coruna. It was an amazing David versus Goliath match. So it has always been like that. In particular, Monaco also did the same to Real Madrid, losing for 1 and beating Real Madrid 4-0 in the next leg with the Morientes header flying in left and center, and an Adebayo and all these guys running out on Real Madrid that season. So it has always been like that. There are times you get surprises in Champions League football. But I think those era of surprises are gone. Uh, this time around, teams are more conscious. No team will win 4-0 in the first leg and goes to the second leg playing open anymore. They want to conserve the lead, pack the bus a little, and that's what they will try to do. And it's obvious. It's been there. Um, Again, it's gonna be an amazing match. Both teams will be scoring, obviously, but Atlanta will take the day.
That's fantastic. Let's move over to Monaco Benfica. Benfica, they are once a giant in Europe, but at the moment, uh, they are struggling to be there. But in any case, Monaco seeks to leverage their home support to gain an advantage in the tie. Benfica aims to continue their strong European form with a positive result on the road. Midfield battles will be very pivotal with both teams boasting creative playmakers. What do you make of this particular game? There is a Benfica, you know, who is trying to get an opportunity to move to the next round. Against a Monaco side, eh, their performance has been here and there, neither here nor there. But I mean, in the Champions League, they seems to be grinding out the result.
For me, this is the only match in the whole playoff matches, the whole eight matches that I can't really place my fingers on. Nobody knows who will come out triumph. Nobody knows who is gonna win. It's going to be Monaco. It's gonna be Benfica. This is the only match I feel the two teams are balanced. And if you look at the Champions League, the times where you feel, oh, Benfica will take the day, Benfica will win, they end up losing. Feyenoord actually beat Benfica.
But
That's how funny it is. And that match, nobody gave Feyenoord a chance. And Feyenoord ended up winning, I think, 3-0 or something. And it was just unbelievable. So going into this playoff phase now, if a Di Maria is sat on the bench, and maybe when they are leading comfortably, they can bring him in. But bringing Di Maria in most times always costs them because Di Maria does not have the legs anymore. And obviously, you want a creative mind on the field. But a creative mind that couldn't run is as useless as anything because you have to be able to run. If you can't run, then you are making your team play play one man down when you are not able to be in places that you should be in. So if you are not in places you should be in, another player is going to try to fill that space, leaving space behind and for players to run into. So for me, this particular two teams, they are two of them. they are inseparable in terms of form and the way they play. This week, Benfica wins. Next week, a Benfica that will feel okay should be taking out these teams in the Portuguese league, and it will be drawing 1-1, 2, 0-0, 2-2. So it's just neither here or there, and nobody can really predict. But if I will be saying I want someone to go through, I would really want a Benfica to go through.
That's fantastic. I guess probably because Di Maria plays for Manchester United. I think probably that would be
No,
the same.
no. It's not even because I don't like Di Maria. I like Di Maria as a player. I don't like him as a person because I feel he would have excelled in Manchester United if not for his behaviors and everything. But I just want Benfica has more history in Europe than Monaco. So if a Benfica is playing, let's say the next match is Benfica Real Madrid, people will still be more interested in watching than Real Madrid and Monaco.
That's fantastic. Let's move over to Celtic, Bayern Munich. This is not the first time they are meeting. One of the advantage of this, kind of Champions League that we have this season, this format of the Champions League. These teams that are meeting each other now, this is not the first time they are playing, right? Celtic had a very terrible match against Bayern Munich in their first leg. Didn't go the way they wanted, and they were able to dispatch Celtic. Celtic looks to pull off an upset against the German giants in front of their own fans. Bayern Munich aims to assert their dominance and secure a commanding first leg lead. The performance of Celtic defense will be crucial in containing, Bayern's potent attack. There is an Hurricane who is scoring goal for fun. There is a Jamal Musiala who is there. There is a Thomas Muller who is also chipping in goals. What do you make about Celtic in particular? And this is the same Celtic that considered seven in the earlier stages of this Champions League. Do you think Celtic, has what it takes to be able to shock Bayern Munich? And also remember, Vincent Company's side, they are not the best in being consistent, especially in Europe. Sometimes some of the games that they lost in the Champions League, you would have expected, a Bayern Munich side to win those games.
Not against the Celtic team. They are not going to score less than 4 goals today. Bayern Munich will not score less than 4 today. I'm being modest. I'm being nice, saying 4 goals because this Celtic team, I don't know. They are not. They can't compete against Bayern Munich. Look at every time Celtic has played a half decent team in the Champions League. Aston Villa going 2-0 up. They came back 2-2. They went two goals down again. Aston Villa winning 4-2. So those are the kind of things they do. And for me, my Bayern Munich should take the day. It's going to be an amazing match. This is going to be like a training section for them. And again, we have a few day today.
I can having a few days. But in any case, it's going to be interesting looking at that particular game. Do you think with how Bayern Munich has performed in the Champions League so far, do you think, this their draw might be a bit favorable to them? They are playing a Celtic side that has been conceding goals with reckless abandon in the Champions League. Do you think this draw favors them and probably gives them an opportunity to get to the next phase? And also remember, we are talking about the Champions League where surprises can happen.
And this one, there's no surprise. There's no surprise will happen. They are going to.
So it's one way traffic.
It's one way traffic. Bayern Munich is winning. It's good for them. Good they avoided Madrid and Man City and all these guys. They avoided them in this playoff, and it's good for them. Good they avoided Man City. If they are playing Man City, of course they would have won also, but it would have been a much more tougher game for them to play. But right now, amazing match is going to be. Bayern Munich is going to win. And that's just it. There's no nothing. There's no need for them to even. I think company is not even going to tell them you have to play this way. You have to run it behind. You have to give them tactical analysis and tactical instructions. No, I don't think so. Just put 11 men on the field and get the job done.
So you think Celtic is that bad?
Not that bad. Just the gap in quality is too much. That's the problem. It's
Mm.
not that bad, but of course they are winning their league now. They are topping their league now. So it's not that bad. But the gap in quality is too wild, and that's where the problem will come from.
Well, Celtic is stopping because Rangers had a terrible 6 week, and that's why Celtic is stopping at a particular point in the Scottish League. Rangers were ahead of Celtic with about 8 points, and Celtic,
Not even Rangers alone. Aberdeen and
yeah,
Celtic they were on the same point before Aberdeen had a dip in form, and this is what is happening.
yeah, before Rangers, Rangers was in front of everybody before they had a very terrible 6 week, and they've not recovered from those 6 weeks.
Yeah.
The performance has been poor, and that's the reason why Celtic has been able to leapfrog Rangers in the Scottish League. But in any case, let's move to the last match of today. AC Milan, battling it out with Feyenoord. It's not the first time this two teams are squaring up. You know, it's going to be an interesting game because Rafael Leao has been in his form of his life. Feyenoord hopes to make a statement with a strong performance against AC Milan. AC Milan seeks to draw on their European experience to navigate this challenging away fixture. Key individual parties, particularly in the midfield, will determine the outcome. What do you make of this particular game?
AC Milan win. Um, Again, that man that plays with a smile on his face is going to be a terror today. Rafael Leao has been in amazing form. He has been in the form of his life. I think they will win. Um, there's a certain Chukwueze that is always hanging around. Also, um, I don't know. I think the firepower of AC Milan will be too much for final to handle. Of course, they've met before. Um, uh, the AC Milan is just going to be too much for Feyenoord to handle. Feyenoord themselves, they have not been in good form. Even in the league, they've been losing matches. PSV beating them, Ajax beating them. They've been losing matches, losing cups. The other day, in the K uh, the Cup of Netherlands. I've forgotten the name they call it now. Losing to PSV without even scoring a goal. In the league, losing to Ajax the previous week. Ajax beating them 2-1. Feyenoord has not been in good form, so you could see, but they won their match over the weekend, so it's going to be like a confidence booster. But again, the firepower of AC Milan will be too much, and I think AC Milan will take the day.
Okay, let's close out. There's a lot of discussion, but let's close out with GPL game. I know this show is related to the Champions League game, but then let's talk about GPL. We will not it will not do it will not be fair if we don't. I mean, a whole lot of Liverpool fans they've been reaching out to me and saying we don't talk about Liverpool enough. But in any case, let's talk about Liverpoul. Liverpool plays their outstanding game today. Do you think they have it in them to be able to dispatch a resurging Everton under a David Moyes?
Uh, for me, this is where Liverpool knows if they win the league or not. Um, they they have rested all their players in the FA Cup game. That's why they lost. Um, so this match against Everton is going to be a draw that affair. Of course, it's a Merseyside derby. If they should draw or lose this match, now they will give the Arsenal chance to say they want to fight for the league and give them a hot chase. But once they put a Liverpool
Yeah, sorry, I can't hear you again. Hello?
are you there?
Yeah, please go ahead. I can't hear you again. It went off. Please go ahead.
Uh-huh. So the people they have really, the people Everton has beaten, who have they really beaten? The old James David Moyes has been winning. Who? There are teams that are in their bracket zone, teams that are in their zone. The first time they are facing a team that are bigger than their zone in the league is Bournemouth in the FA Cup game. What happens? they lose against Bournemouth. So facing Liverpool is going to be a different ball game, and I think Liverpool might actually take the day.
Okay, so you are giving it to Liverpool, right?
Of course,
So, interesting game all around. Like I always say, it's always it's always amazing having you talk to us.
thank
It's
you.
always great having you talk to us. We look forward to talk to you again after today's game. Probably be I know you'll be very busy tomorrow. Probably we'll get to have you on Friday to
Right.
discuss the weekend games and also the Champions League results. I mean, I'm hoping that from what you've said, all the teams you've spoken about, you'll probably take it because I know a lot of bookies are watching us and are probably taking notes from your analysis. But in any case, before I go, just one thing. If you pick a particular game for those of our bookies out there that you can stake everything you have on, which game would that be?
Bayern Munich win against Celtic is going to be a disaster. It, it's actually be a whitewash. Bayern Munich will win.
Okay, Bayern Munich to win, right? Okay, that's fine. Well, you've heard it. He has said Bayern Munich would win. So please subscribe, like, and share, comment. We are looking forward to your comments, in our comment section. And whatever you have for us in the comment section, we'll probably discuss it on the show. Thank you so much, Tini, for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have,
Thank
have
you.
an amazing day ahead. Thank you so
All
much.
right.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.